In 1992, a promotion sounded almost too good to be true. Buy a vacuum cleaner, and you would receive 2 free airline tickets to anywhere in Europe or even to the United States. It was the kind of deal that seemed impossible, the kind of marketing idea that people talk about for years. But what started as a bold promotion quickly turned into one of the most expensive marketing disasters in corporate history, costing a company tens of millions of dollars and becoming a case study in how a promotion that seems brilliant on paper can spiral completely out of control. The company behind the promotion was Hoover, a well-known appliance manufacturer, particularly famous in the United Kingdom for its vacuum cleaners. Hoover had been a trusted brand for decades, and by the early 1990s, the company was trying to increase sales in a competitive market. Like many companies, Hoover was looking for a way to stand out, to grab attention, and to convince customers to choose their products over competitors. Someone came up with an idea that sounded like a guaranteed success: offer free flights with the purchase of certain Hoover products. The promotion worked like this. If a customer bought Hoover products worth at least £100, they could claim 2 free airline tickets. Customers could choose flights to destinations across Europe, and in some cases, even long-haul flights to the United States. To customers, this sounded unbelievable. The cost of the flights alone was often worth more than the vacuum cleaner itself. People quickly realized that even if they didn't need a vacuum cleaner, they could buy one just to get the flights. In many cases, people were essentially buying airline tickets and getting a vacuum cleaner for free. What Hoover did not expect was just how popular the promotion would become. The company had estimated that only a relatively small number of customers would actually claim the flights. They assumed that many customers would either forget, fail to complete the claim forms, or decide the process was too complicated. This assumption turned out to be disastrously wrong. Customers across the United Kingdom began buying Hoover products in huge numbers. Sales skyrocketed. At first, it looked like the promotion was a massive success. Hoover was selling more products than ever before, and stores were struggling to keep Hoover products in stock. But behind the scenes, a financial disaster was building. The cost of the flights was enormous, and far more customers were claiming them than Hoover had anticipated. To make matters worse, the process for claiming the flights became complicated and frustrating. Customers had to fill out forms, choose travel dates, and wait for confirmation. Many customers began to complain that Hoover was making the process intentionally difficult in order to avoid paying for the flights. The situation quickly turned into a public relations disaster. Newspapers began running stories about angry customers who had bought Hoover products expecting free flights but were unable to book them. Customer service lines were overwhelmed. Lawsuits were filed. The promotion that was supposed to boost Hoover's reputation was now destroying it. By the time the promotion ended, Hoover had sold hundreds of thousands of products under the free flights offer. But the cost of honoring the flights was far higher than the company had planned. The promotion ended up costing Hoover an estimated £50 million, which was an enormous amount of money at the time. The financial damage was so severe that it led to major consequences for the company. Executives lost their jobs. The company's reputation was badly damaged. Hoover's parent company, Maytag, eventually sold the European division of Hoover, largely because of the financial damage caused by the promotion. What makes this story so interesting is that the promotion actually worked, at least in the beginning. Sales increased dramatically. Customers were excited. Stores were busy. On the surface, it looked like a marketing success. The problem was not that the promotion failed to attract customers. The problem was that it was too successful. Hoover had made a critical mistake in basic business math. They underestimated how many people would take advantage of the offer, and they underestimated the true cost of fulfilling the promotion. They assumed that breakage, meaning customers who would not complete the process to claim the flights, would protect him from major losses. Instead, customers were highly motivated to claim flights because the reward was so valuable. This promotion is now studied in business schools as an example of how dangerous promotions can be if companies do not fully understand the financial risk. A promotion is not just about attracting customers. It is about understanding the cost of delivering what you promise. The Hoover free flights promotion became one of the most famous marketing disasters in history because it demonstrated a simple but important lesson. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it is probably too good to be sustainable. The story also shows how quickly a company's reputation can change. Hoover had spent decades building a trusted brand, and in just a few months, the promotion damaged that reputation significantly. Customers felt misled, even though the company had technically honored many of the flights. The negative press and customer frustration caused long-term damage to the brand. In the end, the Hoover free flights promotion became a warning story in the business world. It showed that marketing is not just about creativity and bold ideas. It is about math, logistics, and planning for what happens if your promotion is more successful than you expected. Sometimes the biggest business failures are not caused by bad products or bad technology, but by simple miscalculations. Someone at Hoover thought they had created a brilliant marketing idea. And in a way, they had. The promotion was so attractive that people rushed to participate. The problem was that the company could not afford for the promotion to succeed the way it did. It is a strange kind of failure when a company fails because too many people wanted what it was offering. But that is exactly what happened. Hoover did not fail because customers ignored the promotion. Hoover failed because customers paid attention. The Hoover free flights promotion remains one of the most famous examples of a marketing campaign that worked exactly as intended, and that was the problem. It worked so well that it nearly destroyed the company behind it. The lesson from this story is simple but important. In business, success can sometimes be more dangerous than failure if you are not prepared for it. A promotion, a product, or an idea can be so popular that it creates problems a company cannot handle. And when that happens, what looks like success on the outside can quickly become a financial disaster behind the scenes. The Hoover free flights promotion is remembered today not just because it was a failure, but because it was a failure caused by success. And that makes it one of the most unusual business disasters in modern history.